San Diego right now. And what better time than to have my Friday grill session? So I won't be at home as normal. You know, share some information, man. Let's build, man. I know I do these very sporadically. That's kind of how my Friday grill session is gonna be. Just us kicking back, chilling, exchanging ideas and whatever. I know I'm going way earlier than I normally do, but I gotta work with the time constraints that I have afforded to me. But anyway, first off, shout out to Prairie View A&M University. You know who joined me. Celine, what's up, girl? Shout out to Celine, man. Very, very courteous young lady, man, from the Black Manosphere arenas, man. So I really appreciate you checking the stream out. I want to give a shout out to my boy Fahara Vision, man. Me and him had a great interview of me. Hey, I'm always flattered when somebody want to interview me because I've done a lot, I've seen a lot, I know a lot, but I'm used to interviewing other people. So when somebody wants to interview me, I always think that's pretty dope. So man, shout out to Fahara Vision. So that interview's gonna drop um, in the near future, and he has like great editing skills and all that. It's gonna be dope, man. And so, as Nate would say, call him call him Bible. Yeah, man. Shout out to Celine, man. And it's good to be in this space and be able to talk and people be receptive to your words because because at the end of the day, we all people out here living our lives out. I used to be an English teacher, believe it or not. Our lives out, and we just like to share perspective, share experience, and and hopefully entertain somebody in the middle of all that, man. And so, man, shout out to Fahara for that. Shout out to Malik Rose, man, two-time NBA champion. He's a champion actually, but Malik doesn't consider himself a three-time champion. He only counts the San Antonio ones he was there the whole time. So yeah, my boy Go saying times the grill the Mavericks. The sister coaches Jared Dudley. Nah, goes beyond Jared Dudley. Head man. Shout out to Christian G, man. Loyal hoop jargon member, man. So let's say I'm white, so I don't find so I don't know why I find these conversations so interesting, but a lot of white women listen to. And Go said, thank you for the stream, who joined. Yes, sir. Well, Celine, because one thing I've come to know about the Black Manosphere is that it's a lot of ideas that don't get championed in regular conversation. So whether you don't have a dog in the fight like yourself, you find it interesting because that's something you've never really heard before in a mainstream. And then the shout out to my Manosphere brothers, man. Little Big Nate. Shout out to my boy Mr. Fantastic. Shout out to that cop with the radar gun right there. Um, who else? Theo Wob, man, 411. Bernard Riley, Big O'Shea. And shout out to everybody, man, because it's a lot to be in that space and to speak your truth unapologetically, man, because it's not meant with great ears, because most of us black men are raised in a matriarchal space, meaning you got to give mama the credit before anything. You got to give aunties the credit for the struggle for anything. And then when you get around to manly shit, you got to just keep your head down and just kind of whisper about how hard it is to be a man. And Black Manosphere kind of just takes the lid off that line of thinking. So I can see why somebody like yourself is interested in it because it's new information as far as openly outward speech. Let me say that. No say who jogging, I lost $400 because of last year's special. You should have been on that series, homeboy. You should have consulted with your boy. I'm a diehard Lakers fan. We was not gonna be finished, homie. Showing off that dad bob. Oh yeah, man. Damn right. Who jogging? I saw you in Donovan Sharp channel. I donate with him too. Yeah, man. Hey, Donovan Sharp. So in the Black Manosphere, Donovan Sharp isn't a big. Um, a lot of people don't like him, and I like Donovan Sharp because Donovan Sharp reminds me of like the nerdy dude who came into his own. And Donovan makes a lot of good points. Now, sometimes when he talk about the pimp game, I don't believe some of his words, but I believe that Donovan Sharp, I mean, because he says it himself, he's been rock bottom. He's been in some bad places, and he pulled himself out of it. And I can relate to not necessarily being at rock bottom, but just in times where I had to like really get my shit together. So I like his message. I like Coach Greg Adams too, and I know Coach is not a big, you know, a favorable guy in the Black Manosphere space. But at the end of the day, I don't do the how can I put it? I don't do the team up shit. I'm like, we brothers. We may have um conflicting ideologies as far as just okay, from A to Z. This is my path to A to Z. But I'm not gonna begrudge you just because your A to Z is different than mine because you're your own man. I'm my own man. I'm never gonna change. Like you're not gonna make me not like somebody just because you don't like them. I think so with Donovan Sharp. I do like the way he goes. Again, sometimes I think some of the shit he says is cap, but that's his perspective, and I don't have to like everything somebody said. Like Coach Greg Adams, he believes in don't get married forever, but he been married and marriage burned him. So I understand his perspective. I don't agree with that. I think black families are very necessary, but I can understand why he says some of the shit he says because you definitely can get fucked over if you're not being prudent over your affairs. If you're not vetting women properly, you can get fucked over. Yeah, so I understand it. I just don't agree with it in totality, if that makes sense. Like some shit Kevin Samuels says. For the most part, I think he's right. With some shit he say, I don't agree with. It's just how I go, man. You don't have to be hook, line, and sinker with everything that somebody says that you're rocking with. But let me move forward. Let's see. I always get a kick out of black women. Hey, man, I've been dealing with them my entire life. And black women, it is a deal. Nothing. They're not bad. They're just misguided, in my opinion. And they try to fight against natural order to the last two of their bones in their body, and it's not leading to favorable results. I mean, our women are what 1 out of 4 get married. It's a problem because and well, now if you earn enough money to live life by yourself, that's cool. But if you ain't making about $80,000 plus, you're gonna have to lean on somebody. And I seen it in my family, man. Like when women get to a certain age and you can't really earn anymore, you're gonna have to be somebody else's problem. I see that in my family, like straight up. So I know what the end result looks like. And so I'm not trying to hit this, individualism shit. If you ain't got the earning potential, like, and I know even if you do earn the money, I know you're miserable because you want to be with a man, you just don't know how. And what I find too is a lot of women in my community, they've been detached from a solid relationship so long, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. And so they go in these spaces and just be talking shit, thinking that's a masculine thing. They basically mimic what men do when they're frustrated. Problem is, you're not a man. You don't get to talk gruffly and get favorable results because a dude, let's just say a dude listens to you and wants to be down with you. You're not signed up to be with no damn man. You understand what I'm saying? But, I digress. Ghost says, do you believe in a red pill? Well, I mean, most communities that I delve into are real red pill centric. So I agree with the ideology. Now, all of it, no. Because, that bursts like the MGTOW cats, which is basically men going their own way. I don't believe in that. I mean, I think you're better with a woman. Now, not just any woman. Now that part I agree with. Sometimes you're better by yourself and build yourself up. Because when you get too dependent upon women's companionship, it can lead to a whole bunch of, how can I put it, fuckery. Because you basically are just living for pussy. You never want to get in that space when you living for pussy, man. Let me say it that way. I'm gonna get back to sports, but we cooking right now, so you gotta dance with the music. Older black women tend to be nicer than younger ones. What older black women have understood life to be what it is. Life don't whoop their ass. So now and it's on purpose. Older black women have been, and I don't want to go too far into this part, but like mammies, like they've been the best curators of the white household. We talking back slave time. Like they're the perfect archetype. Perfect archetype when they get to a certain age, when their looks crescendo and they're not leading with looks anymore, they make for great curators of a household. And so they tend to be a little nicer because life is kind of whoop their ass a lot. But younger black women, they still think at a very high clip, in my opinion. Um, and they think in a masculine way. And they'll learn about like 35 to 45. That's usually the gestation period of learning that once you don't look as good as you used to, dudes treat you differently. And it's an unfortunate lesson. You will hope you get married before then, but if you don't, it's tough. No, they aren't bad people. I think they're used to thinking the boss, but no, handle being checked. No, they're not bad people. They're just misguided. Not at all. I've only dealt with black women my whole life, pretty much. Dominican, which is definitely basically the derivative of black, but that's I've never really dealt with non-black women, so I understand this at a very high clip. All right, let's see. Who jogging never should have betted on a Lakers game when Dudley was playing. Man, Jimmy Dudley gonna find you, boy. He gonna snuff you, Ghost. Jimmy Dudley gonna snuff you. See if I got blood to blood Dudley. I'm a first year college student, 18 years old, studying pre med, and I took the red pill because women manipulating high value women for money, trying to become a dermat. Bro, I love that comment. Ghost. First off, you being that young, you got no business betting that kind of money, homeboy. I don't know how you got $400. When I was your age, I did not have $400 to be betting, and I was a Division One athlete. Um, but I think you taking the red pill is smart. And here's why: kids your age, and I say kid, like you're a young man. Young men your age are driven by pussy. All they want to do is chase pussy, and that's cool. But what's gonna happen when you look up? You're 22. It's time to graduate, and you ain't learned nothing but how to chase pussy at a high clip. You ain't learned nothing else. So when you do red pill ideology, in my opinion, for the most part, now I'm not with the extreme dumb shit, um, but it teaches you discipline, and the quicker you learn discipline, the better you are, because you won't put yourself in adverse situations because you have an oversight for it early. I wish the thing that you have access to right now, brother. I wish this was existing on social media, on YouTube. Like when I was young, YouTube was just like you couldn't even put a video up over 10 minutes. Like it was just clips, random ass funny clips and shit. Like YouTube was so different when I was, in my formative years. I want to say I first got to know YouTube when I was like 22, 23. And it just was so different. But now it's a branch of social media now, right? And you have an advantage of seeing guys who are more experienced give you some heads up early. Because I'm telling you, man, what you're doing is beautiful. You got to keep that up, bro. Keep that up, bro. So I work as a tutor on campus. I teach biochemistry and anatomy, bro. Keep that up. Keep that up, man. You on the right trajectory to do great things, and that's the whole point of the manosphere, man. To give y'all young brothers a cheat code, because you may not have got it from your fathers. I didn't. My dad taught me how to hoop. My dad kept me involved in sports, but like manly shit, he wasn't the greatest teacher there. You know what I'm saying? And there's no knock on him. He just taught me the best of what he knew. But if I knew what I know now, I know a lot of old heads will tell you this. If I knew what I knew now, man, I'd have been a lot more proficient in my dealings with people, women more specifically. But it's good you learn that right now, bro. Be on your purpose, because man, you know what's funny, man? When I went to play basketball overseas, I had a long-time girlfriend who was my fiance, and my coaches was like, "Listen, you're gonna go over there, you're gonna go cheat on her. Back here, she's gonna cheat on you, and you're not gonna be your best version of yourself till about 35." So at 24, she was on campus doing her thing, and that's how it shook out. You know what I'm saying? And they won't point. And then by 35, I got to a high level where I knew, I understood things at a high level. Let me put it that way. All right, let's see. I got money hoop outside the state of Texas. Fair enough, bro. Dermatologist is 13 years of schooling and they make hella bank. There you go, man. You got your plan together, bro. 400 to 600K a year. Yeah, you got your plan. Because I got to a space where, I make over 100 a year. But it took a lot of life investigating. And if you can do that more efficiently, and you're doing that right out of college or relatively soon out of college, bro, you ahead of the game, man. 10% of black men make over $100,000 a year. So you be a 10%er. So all the pussy you may miss out on in college, when you become a man and have your own, you deal with quality. So that's the difference. Because you can mow them down and you ain't got a pot to piss in. I've seen it. They call them homosexuals. So You're doing it the right way, brother. 5-star junior Caleb Foster committed to Duke. Duke wins again. Who's the coach now at Duke? Give me a Dawkins? No. Is it Dawkins? Dawkins a coach at Duke now? Man, Duke gonna be continuously winning, man. Coach K made that to a powerhouse, man. So I love Asian women. They treat you like a king, man. Culturally, they're just different. Culturally, they're different. My girl's black and Asian. She's actually driving the car. You want to be on the camera real quick? She don't like being on camera, man. I show you. Yeah. But she's black and Asian, so yeah, the Asian part of the um, upbringing, it's more discipline. It's more catering to men. I never like dealt with a full Asian, quote unquote. But I do know that they're more docile in nature, and that's kind of how the thing shakes out with that. So yeah. So I appreciate that side discussions. Let's talk hoops, man. Again, shout out to Malik Rose. You know, I like Malik Rose show. Let's see. Hey, who get in the 14th spot, the 14th or 15th roster spot for the Lakers? Be specific. Who you got, the Lakers? And it's good. Let's segue back to basketball, man, because I like how Malik Rose was saying, like amongst NBA circles. Um, let's see, James Ennis and Kenneth Fareed. Well, we traded for James Ennis, I believe. I'm not mad at Kenny Fareed. I don't know if Kenny Fareed want that role. He don't want to get more playing time. I think he would want to do that at least. Um, I mean, at that point, you just want like a body. So I mean, Kenny Fareed, I think he's been in the league for like 2 years, but I mean, I don't think that's a bad thing bringing him in. He brings a veteran stewardship that we may need. Um, he's a guy who is a hard worker, which I always have a soft spot for. I love hard workers, and so yeah, so we will see. We will see. Um, I saw a great discussion on my boy Dane Urban's channel about John Wall's situation. The Manimal Hill held injury. Okay, absolutely. Playing at Morehead State, so not a big college, but he grinded his way to the NBA. I always love those type of stories, man. That just shows how hard working a person is. But anyway, yeah, like I said on my boy Dane's channel, he had to think about he said John Wall, and like I got mixed feelings on John Wall, man. John Wall is a great talent, bro. Bring back Matthews. Now, what's Matthews? He's done. He can go to NBA purgatory. What up, King C? Slide the hoop jargon, man. Appreciate that. Um, John Wall, man. I don't know who Cheerios John Wall peed in, but he peed in some Cheerios, man. But John Wall is not an extremely light guy, and that's just facts. And I, yeah, sorry, you go. I got my earbud in. John Wall is the kind of guy I like because, well, I like his skill set, like, but he's like a dinosaur. He's one of those 2010 mode point guard dinosaurs, like the Russell Westbrooks of the world. You know, he's of that mold, and he's not. He's just not that guy anymore, man. Um, because the question was posed that him putting up 21-7 is to be respected, which it is. But John Wall is an inefficient player at this point, man. He can't shoot still to this day. He's a high volume, hand and ball in hand guy. And it's just like, dog, you're not you're not gonna you're not gonna have that cachet anymore. You don't have the ability to have a dominating. How can I put it? You don't have the keys to a franchise anymore. You're not that guy anymore. And I think John Wall, he's one of those guys. He comes off to me as one of the last ones to figure shit out like that. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of something that I get from John Wall, and so I don't think it's unfair. Now the room was kind of split. They were saying that he coming to work doing what he do every day. He come off injury for the last 2 years, and he deserved his chance. You know, I get that, But the league is a recency bias league. Is what have you done for me lately? And John Wall has not done a lot lately, especially not translating the win. So I just don't understand where he's gonna have to humble himself 2 or 3 levels because he ain't that guy no more. So what you're saying, the Clippers or Memphis, he better stay the hell away from Memphis because that's John Morant team. Clippers, there's some opportunities for him. I would do that if I was him. That's a good look. Now, would the Clippers have to offer? They probably going to wait for a Rockets buyout if that happens. But yeah, John Wall is more close to done than not done. My boy Duke Blue Chips Five says, "Who jogging? Excellent interview with Malik Rose. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. Um, Malik, I think is the perfect candidate to interview because not only is a former NBA champion, he currently works for the VP of operations in the NBA. So he's what you call an NBA lifer. So when he's on here talking, it's just not some dude who played a little bit who does not have inside information. That's a dude who is actively involved to where the NBA is now. So I was working on that interview for like a whole year, and the first time I tried to do it, man, my computer just went on the fritz on me, man. I don't know what happened, and life happened in between that, and so me and Malik are in this little group. What's this shit called? God damn it, not group me. Hmm? Oh, it's a WhatsApp. We're in a WhatsApp group for like fantasy football. So Malik texted me last week about, hey, you still doing fantasy football? I was like, yeah. I was like, by the way, man, let's do the interview. He's like, man, we hammered the time out, and you got the interview yesterday. So that's how life happens sometimes, man. But relationship building is everything. And you'll put yourself in a position to succeed and to get you an opportunity, what I'm saying, to, just have connections to guys who played at a very high level, you know what I mean? So John Wall equals Carmelo Anthony minus the injury. That ain't too bad. That ain't too bad of a assessment. No, Happy Gasol is gone too. He made me lose money. Yeah, so you gotta stop. And the Lakers, we just was too old last year, man. We too old this year too, but we'll see how it shakes out. But after I watch a few games, I'll give a real assessment. But yeah, Rockets just gonna have to bite the bullet on John Wall and either buy him out or trade him along with some picks. 43 and 47 means a lot considering that he's not Kevin Durant stature. Oh yeah, because John Wall cashed in again when those dinosaur point guards the 6'3" and up, athletic, ball dominant guys. The reason why guys like Michael Carter Williams had a career who can't play dead. Well, I ain't gonna say he can't play dead. He's not who people thought he was, right? So John Wall was one of those babies. So he cashed in real tough on that. So he's still getting that bag. Because when you athletic, you can jump out the gym and you're a point guard. People tend to throw money your way, especially back in that era. So yeah, John Wall got over like a bandit for sure. Um, so yeah, man. So yeah, Rockets gonna have to bite the bullet on that one. I agree. Because they're gonna have to just part ways. You're not gonna get face value for John Wall. The reason why you don't want him is the same reason why 29 other teams don't want him. So you got to understand, nobody taking that contract, man. At least I don't think. I'm not locking Wall for getting paid. That's the between NBA and NFL company. Oh yeah, oh yeah. NFL is all about the shield. So, what's my opinion on Miami Heat roster? I think they made more of a lateral move. I don't think Kyle Lowry at this age moves the needle. I like Kyle Lowry though. I've always been a Kyle Lowry fan. I think he's a point guard that plays the point guard position the right way. Um, you got Jimmy Buckets, you got Tyler Hero, you got Bam. Um, I just don't think it's enough. I think in the bubble they played out of their mind. They got Duncan Robinson. I don't think it's enough. Shout out to True the King, man. Appreciate you checking the channel out, bro. Salute to you as well. Um, I just think that they played out of their mind that one year. And I think the East is just, I mean, they got to beat the Bucks again. I don't see that happen. You got to beat the Nets. And now, unless, Kyrie go AWOL and James Harden get hurt again, which he never really been hurt except last year, I don't really see that happening. You know what I mean? So I think them, being like a 4 seed, 3, 4, man, shout out to, appreciate that. Good content as always. Appreciate it, man. Like, I try to give y'all your money's worth, man, when I'm talking sports. I don't just be saying shit to be saying it. I just gonna say it the way I view it. And it may not always be the sexy hot take, but it's just how I really see it. And then you agree, you agree, you don't, you don't. It's cool. Man, shout out to Big Spell, man. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Always on the channel showing love. So yeah, man. So the Heat, I don't have a lot of great expectation for them, but I mean that they are a well coached team. You know, I'm a big Eric Spoelstra fan. Eric Spoelstra to me is a huge reason why the Heat was so successful. He made them play defense. If y'all remember, man, one of the things Chris Bosh said was like, man, he trying to make us play all hard. We just want to chill. And Eric Spoelstra was like, no, the fuck you don't. You gonna come here and bust your ass on defense. And it led to two championships. You know, now 2 out of 4, not the greatest given the talent pool, but think about they were laid back and lazy. You know, shit, Dallas bust that ass. So if they never took on that hard nosed defense thing, that they would have lost to OKC the next year. If they damn sure would have lost San Antonio both times, they would have won shit. So that's the way I view it. Who, Jordan, you think Jason Tatum can lead the league in scoring without Jaylen Brown? Yeah, hell yeah. He gonna get a lot more damn shots. That's the damn show. Man, Jason Tatum, man, is Kobe reincarnate to me. I really like that kid's game, man, and he's made the right stuff. And I like players who just step up to the moment, man. Like he ready for the moment, and he embraces what it takes to be a star player. I think a lot of dudes tiptoe out of shit like that because nobody wants to be criticized harshly. You know what I'm saying? Nobody likes harsh critique, and no matter what your vocation is, people generally don't like that. Jason Tatum strikes me as the kind of guy like he ain't tripping. He ain't tripping at all, and he wants the big moment. He has the game put together, and that's something to be said about a guy like that. Man, we did Montreal's dirty on the Lakers. Frank Vogel, Staff, Sergeant Butler. I mean, Trez in the day, he reminds me of a Jordan Hill, Kel Fareed type guy, man. It's like, he's really good at what he does, very efficient, but at the end of the day, he's a utility player at the end of the day. And utility players are expendable, bro. And that's the unfortunate truth. Because, I mean, in college, I was a utility player for the most part. Now, I had my days when I was, leading the scoring, leading the rebound and shit like that, but it's just, it's not the sexiest position on the court, man. Utility players, you always gonna be willing to deal with them, man. And if you're smart, you deal them when they're on the upward tilt. You know what I'm saying? So, and then unfortunately, that's what became of Trez getting in that Westbrook trade. Russell Westbrook. Ugh. Kareem Abdul-Drummond was terrible fit for us. Yeah, he was. He was more of a name than an actual fit. I like the acquisition. I mean, you got to go get guys, but him and Davis being back there, two twin towers or twin statues, as it were, it just wasn't a good look. So I wish him well. He playing for this year. He playing for Philly. I don't know how him and Embiid work out, but I guess maybe Embiid they'll slide him to the floor. He moves like he in quicksand. So we'll see. We'll see. They doing better than me. Marcus all out. Yep, nope, it's another stone statue. So yeah, you're right. You're right. So I'm glad Gasol going back to Memphis, get his ass out of LA. Because he gotta just he gotta understand he's a dead big man in this game. Bobo break out of Denver. I hope so. I like Bobo, man. Bobo look light in the ass for my taste, but he's still that's a very skilled 7'1", 7'2" guy. Probably the most skilled 7'2" I've seen in my life. He just got to put it all together, but I hope he breaks out, man. And the problem is you don't know if he's a center or a three. So we'll soon find it out, man. So I hope Bobo breaks out. I love his game. I love him being an NBA legacy guy from his father Manu. That coach gets his brother Madu. His brother Madu played for Southern University out in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, man. So shout out to Southern University, shout out to HBCUs, man. So Manu Bowl put some athletes out, man. So I'm sure they don't have the same mother, but yeah, man. All right, I'm about to get to my spot. I think I just made San Diego. Check out, I got some more content dropping. Thank y'all for always rocking with Jordan, man. Until next time, peace.